You guys take care of what happened last week, and are you ready for Wayne?
Well, I don't know if we can, expect to happen on some of those things again. We got our more sure-handed guys, snapping, catching, blocking on some of those special team things. So, a little bit of I can't believe it's going to happen again. On the other hand, we certainly did address those problems and worked on them. We had a good week with both. Didn't have any drops or any bad snaps, that type of thing. So, I think we're ready to go in the special team area. And you're right, they're extremely talented offensively, and we got to hold them to an average day as the goal.
Is this a do-or-die game for you guys?
We haven't addressed it that way. I suppose it is, but we just want to go back to playing as good as we can and let the chips fall where they may. And I don't think we've talked about anything as far as win-loss record for the year or any of that. Let's go back to playing as good as we can.
Weather forecast, like it'd be cold, maybe even some snow. How is that going to factor into the game?
Well, hopefully us guys from up north, it can be a little bit of an advantage, and some of the guys from Wayne that are from down south, hopefully we'll be popping a few hamstrings or something maybe. So hopefully it is a cold day. We'd like to have that be in our favor.
Did you feel like the guys have bounced back from last week?
They did. They had a good week of practice. I think they learned from it. They rebounded well after a tough loss against Mankato, so I'd be expecting them to have a good game.
They're going to be playing in a game on Saturday. It looks like it's going to be pretty cold, a little bit of snow. How do you feel about that?
Just run the ball, time management, score points.
Offensive line's been playing real well. What's been the key to you guys' group this year?
Learn to play together. We know where everybody's supposed to be at one time. Just watch.
You guys, St. Cloud was kind of a rough game last week. Do you guys feel better going into this week after what happened last week?
Yeah, we got all our problems done, fixed. Hopefully this week we'll do better.
You look at Wayne State, what do you see when you look at their defense? What are they going to challenge you with?
Fast flowing backers, retracing D linemen, and just pursue the ball.
How do you guys feel like where you're at this point of the season? Do you like where you're at?
Yeah, we're doing good. We could do better. Just keep getting better every week.
You guys lost a tough one to St. Cloud State last week. How do you guys feel this week after losing that game? You guys bounce back all right?
Yeah, our goal each week is to take one game at a time, and because of that, we really dropped the game, and our coaches make sure that we drop the loss from last week and focus on what we have to do this week.
After a loss like that, is there any chance this team's not motivated for the rest of the year? I know there's some of that going around.
There's zero chance of that. We're always motivated to come out. Our record still is very good. We come out each day and play our best to make sure that we bring our best production out on the field.
You guys are 2 losses now. Is this going to be a do-or-die game for you guys?
I wouldn't say it's a do-or-die game, but it's definitely one of those that we're hoping to show up for 100%. We're like that every week, and all we can do is bring the best team that we've got each week.
You guys have Wayne State coming in with Silas Flewell, probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league. How are you guys going to be able to account for this guy?
Well, our main accountability with him is to keep him in the pocket. He's a very aggressive passer. He'll make plays on his feet. So our front 7 are going to be a very big pivotal factor within this game this week, probably.
Also might be a factor, it's going to be a pretty cold one here, pretty cold day early here in Bemidji. It sounds like temperatures in the 30s, maybe some snow. How's that going to factor into the game?
Something we love to hear. We're used to that cold up here every day, and we're practicing in it right now, so we'll take on any team at 30 below.